Hi everyone, my name's Amy Lord and I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I'm also part of the freelance artist team here at BALTIC. So I've done a few meet and makes in the building, but this is my first one online. Today we're going to be making a mini gift box. All you'll need is one sheet of A4 card, a pencil, rubber, some scissors, and then anything you want to decorate it, or you can leave it blank. The idea responds to a podcast that I found on the Baltic Archives by an artist called Wando Abizier. And the podcast is all about finding ways to care more creatively, which I think is really pertinent for these times that we're living through. There was a line in one of the podcasts about how to create a new language of touch in these hug-starved times. And it got me thinking about how I could create some sort of craft idea that was a bit of a hug in a box that you sent to someone else. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we're just going to measure across left to right on the top and the bottom, and then we're going to make some marks and join them up so we get some straight lines. So the first line we want to do is 3.7. Make a little mark and then move it on. 9.3 is the next one. And then 3.7 again. And then 9.3 again. And then the last bit should be roughly 3.7, yeah. And then we'll do the same on the bottom. And then we'll just line it up and join these together. Right, so that's all those lines. And then next we're going to do the vertical lines. So for this one we'll do 3.7 in from the edge. And then in from this edge as well. And then the bottom bit. And then join those lines up. By the way, you can do this with any coloured card. You could use white, or you can start with a coloured base to add your decoration to. And the thickness of the card, it should be about probably 180 plus. It's not too floppy. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is score these lines. Now you can decorate the whole of the other sheet if you want to at this stage, if you're doing something like painting or drawing. But I'm just going to build a blank base first to show you. So what I'm using to score it is actually the back of the scissors. So this should be done by an adult really, because it might be slightly risky. Now you can also, if you've got a scalpel or a craft knife, you can use the back of the craft knife. So I'm just using the back of the scissor blade here. So just make sure you've got it on the line and see where the ruler needs to go to support the score. And then just pull it down the line. And then feel it with your fingers and see if it's made a dent. And then move over to these ones. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just cut. And we're going to cut all these the 3.7 measurements up to this line here, and then on this side we'll cut up to this line. You can also use a craft knife for this as well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is bend where we've scored. So I normally like to press a ruler down and then pull the card up and just rub it along that straight line. So let's do the base bit first. I'm just going to fold those 2 tabs in, fold these 2 tabs in, and then fold them up like that. Can you see? And now I'm just going to fold the lid back here. And then with the lid you just need to fold these bits in and then the side tabs there. So can you see how we're starting to get a bit more of a box? The next thing that we're going to do is glue the tabs in. I'm using PVA to do this. It is a strong glue, so it'll make the box nice and sturdy. Now when you're using PVA glue, you don't want to put too much on because otherwise it'll take ages to dry and it'll go a bit soggy. And we're just going to pop the glue on these 2 tabs first. Spread it out nice and evenly. And then I've got some paper clips here. Now you don't have to have these big massive ones, you can have normal ones as well. I just had those lying around. And then we'll just gently guide it into the middle and stick it to the side. So use your fingers and then just stick a paper clip on to hold it in place. So we'll pull that into the inside. Great, so what we want to do now is leave that for about an hour to 2 hours to dry, and then we can get on with decorating it. So the box is dried, and now the next thing I'm going to do is add a bit of colour and texture. Now you can use whatever you've got lying around in your house. Here are some things that I've pulled out. So I've got some washi tape, some little gemstones, some sequins. I've got these marbled paper scraps, which I could cut up and stick on. So have a little hunt through your crafty drawers, see what you've got lying around. I mean, it could be as simple as just, you know, a felt tip pen or a biro and doing some swirls and doodles. So yeah, get creative, see what you can come up with and have fun with it. Once you've made your box, gather some bits and pieces to put inside that might show the person that you send it to that you care about them. So I've just got a leftover bit of bubble wrap here from an online delivery and some brown paper, and I'm going to package up the box and stick it in a post box.